How's it going, Talk for TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my review of the East Midlands derby that's just taken place at the City Ground there. So yeah, I'll take the point. Obviously, you want all three in a derby game. You want all three in every single game, but I think I'll take the point. First half was very much Derby's half. Second half was probably I'd say we edged it a bit more. Obviously, Derby did score in both halves, but had one disallowed, which there was a big debate about in the Sky Studios. And I think it was probably the right decision. You know, you can see why it was made, regardless whether it was right or not. You can see from the view line of the referee's assistant that, you know, Waghorn jumps and sort of blocks the ball, really. But he jumps, and they're going to think, well, why is he jumping if, you know, if he's not in the way of the... if he's not in the way of the ball, why is he jumping? So he kind of hinders himself there. But yeah, I think positives, you can take some positives from that. Taylor gets his first goal, so his account's up and running. The goals hopefully will start to flow now for him. Anthony Knocker, oh my gosh, he looks a different character. Pardon me, he's fantastic. I don't quite know what it is about him, but he always seems to get promoted. Like, he got promoted with Brighton and then left for Fulham, and then with Fulham got promoted, and now he's come to us on loan. I don't know whether it's based on the fact that maybe he's not good enough for the Premier League, because he's far too good for the Championship, or whether it's he just doesn't want to be in a relegation battle, so he drops down to the Championship so he can just play good football and play, you know, in a team that's doing well, get them promoted, come back down, who knows. But yeah, I think positive signs, really. Ianu looked good again. I keep banging on about him whenever we play. I really, really rate him. He might not be, you know, in the right place all the time, but he does the job, and he makes the tackles and gets the blocks in, and, you know, he's a solid performer. It's a shame, really, because I love Ribeiro too, but, you know, Ianu's just doing so well that it's hard to drop him. You know, Arter looked good, looked very solid, level-headed in the middle of the park. Yates, he was probably our best player in the first half, was really lively, you know, really showed the passion needed for an East Midlands derby. Overall, man of the match, well, you're going to look at Taylor for the goal. I think he needs to get a bit more stuck in. I was saying it, especially Mick McCarthy, in the commentary box, that he needs to get stuck in more. He was coming up against a defender, and he was looking for the foul. He was dropping to the deck. He was bouncing, letting the ball bounce off him, letting, you know, sort of bounce off the defender instead of holding it up, getting tight to the defender, pushing in on the defender, which maybe, you know, we could see more goals coming from him there. But, you know, overall, I think you'll take the point. If he just offered me 5 points before these three games, I'd have taken them any day of the week. Probably in the order of draw against Brighton, against Blackburn, win against Rotherham, draw against Derby, but it's not quite happened like that. You know, I think, you know, it's important that we don't lose in these first few games, which we haven't done. You're still unbeaten under Houghton, 3 goals in those games. So, yeah, we're getting the goals back, which was something under Sabri that we lacked. We only scored once this season under Sabri, so that's positive. But, yeah, I think... we tried the 4-4-2 that everyone was crying out for. Did it work? I don't think so, really, against this Derby side. But then maybe, I can't think off the top of my head who we have next. But, you know, depending on their system, it might work there. So, you know, I think it's really based on the system that we're playing against. You know, if we're being overrun in the midfield, maybe go to a 3 in the middle. If we're bossing the midfield, you know, then that 4-4-2 is fine to work. So, yeah, I think it's really based on who we're coming up against and what sort of system they use as to whether we go 1 up top, 3 in the middle, or whether we go with 2 up top, 2 in the middle. So yeah, but in terms of man of the match for me, you look at Taylor, got the goal, but like I said, it didn't really do great. Other than that, I think you got to give it to Knockout off the bench. Changed the game, really. It's different gravy. I really, really rate him. So yeah, I think Samba poured out some wonderful saves. We got really lucky with Shinny's chance at 1-0 to Derby. They had a chance to go 2 up. Graham Shinny just passed it to Samba. You know, that was a real let-off. But yeah, I think Samba played well. Christie could have done better. He was a bit weak, I think. The 2 centre-backs look good. Figueiredo and McKenna. I think when Worrell comes back, probably slot Worrell in there over Figueiredo, but still did really well. Like I said, Ianu very much like him. Yates and Arter did very, very well in my opinion. Lolly did well, could have done better. I think put in a fantastic ball in that first half, but Taylor was on his heels, wasn't ready for the ball to come in and didn't quite get there. Knock off the bench, outstanding. You look at Amiobi. I think Amiobi maybe if we were to make another change, bring on Mighton for Amiobi, because I don't know, Amiobi's a good player, but like he draws players to him. It's his style of play. Really, it can benefit him or it can hinder him. You know, the way that he draws players to him with his long legs, holds the ball out. He just sort of gets shoved off the ball or gives fouls away trying to hold the ball up. So I think sometimes a little change of tact to bring on a Mighton who's going to be a different kind of player could be helpful. But obviously Houghton didn't think that was the case. Grabban, before he came off, he looked alright, made some good runs, but no one really found him. And then Taylor got his goal. And, he could have done better. Maybe he needed to be a bit more physical. But that'll come. So, yeah, positive game for us. There's a lot of positives you can take from it. 1-1, I'll take it. Still unbeaten against Derby. I think 8 games now, over 1,000. I think like 1,112 days, something like that now, that we are unbeaten against Derby. And so, it continues. On to the next game. I can't remember off the top of my head who that's against, but I'll definitely bring you the preview in the middle of next week. So, yeah, if you did enjoy, smash the like button, subscribe to Talk For Us TV and TFTV Extra, and come on, you Reds.